Good morning, everyone.
Good
Good
morning,
morning.
ma'am.
Morning. Yesterday, in our SST class, we have started history lesson number 3, that is ruling the countryside. And it was made very clear about the topic of the lesson, that is ruling the countryside. Can anybody explain me what does the word means? What does this name of the lesson means? What you are going to read about in this lesson? Ruling the countryside.
Countryside mean village.
Yes, that means now, after extending their territories in the particular regions towards the south, now the company started to have the supremacy in the countryside also, that is the village area also. Clear? Now, this first topic of this lesson was the company becomes the Diwan. Here we have seen that how the company had become a tax collector. Before it was only initially it came as a trading company,
Trading company.
just for the business. Then slowly it extended its fortification, its control over other territories, and then finally now we see that the company has become the diwan, that is the tax collector. And this right of diwani of Bengal was given by whom?
Robot Mughals.
Mughal.
Mughal.
Yes, it was given by Mughal emperor, the right of Diwani over the Bengal. It was given by uh, Mughals, and it was given to Robert Clive. And that is clearly indicated in one of the painting which Robert Clive had asked one of the painter to as a witness to paint down this what this occasion of handing over the Diwani rights
Diwani.
to Robert Clive. Clear? Then further we have seen in this that all the means now the company became the chief financial administrator of the territory. Which territory we are talking about? Chief financial administrator of which territory?
Bengal.
Very good. Yeah, Bengal. Now the chief financial administrator. Now the company has to take all the means administering all the administration in his hand related to the land, related to the revenue resources, how to increase the revenue resources or the taxes and all on the people. Then finally we have seen here in this paragraph that the company was unwilling to set up the regular system of assessment, that is evaluation and the collection, how to collect the land revenue. But now due to the efforts, it has start increasing the revenue on whom? Start increasing the revenue on whom? On the peasants. The company has started increasing the revenue on the peasants. Peasants means farmers. Now the farmers had to give the revenue, and the company had at means almost doubled that revenue or the goods which were taken from the farmers. Just a second. So now the company was making so much profit, that is from the Bengal revenue and administrate financial administration, that it no more was in need to import gold and silver from Britain. ब्रिटेन से अब उसको गोल्ड एंड सिल्वर ला करके यहाँ से चीजें खरीदने की जरूरत नहीं थी. बट from the revenue collected from the Bengal, from here only it gets the taxes and all, and then could finance about to purchase of the goods for the export. जो export यहाँ से ले जाना मांगती थी सामान, spices and cotton and silk and all, whatever things the company want to export to its own country, that was purchased from the revenue which was collected in Bengal. Clear? Now, due to this policy of collection of the revenue, the what happened? The Bengal economy was facing deep crisis. Deep crisis means the economic crisis started. Economic drawback started in the financial administration of Bengal. Then what happened? Artisans. Artisans means the workers, the skilled persons were starting now deserting villages. Why they started deserting? What is the word deserting means? Deserting means? Yesterday I had given the meaning of deserting now. No problem, Shubham. Shubhang or Shubham, who is Shubh?
मैम आप मेरी प्रेजेंट मार्क कर दोगे?
I have marked beta. As soon as you admit in the class, I have marked. But then you have to mark present here also in the chat box, so that how long you stay here, it is there for the attendance. Okay. Okay, now artisans.
डेजर्टिंग का मतलब एक बार फिर बता दो ना.
Deserting means were leaving the villages. Artisans villages गांव छोड़कर जाने लगे. Why? Because these skilled working laborers, they just were forced to sell their goods to the company at low prices. जबरदस्ती उनसे अपना सामान कम पैसे में कंपनी खरीद रही थी और उनको बेचने पे मजबूर किया जा रहा था. That is why they did not wanted this their means skill to be sold out in the such low prices. That is why they started deserting villages. वो village छोड़ करके शहरों की तरफ जाने लगे. Now peasants were unable to pay the dues. Another thing was that the farmers were not able to pay the dues because the dues were very high. The revenue was very high. The demand for of the company was very high. Then artisanal production was in decline. Now, as the artisans were deserting the villages, they were leaving the villages and going to the cities. At that time, now the artisanal production was declining. Artisanal production, you know now? The skilled work, handcraft activities were now in decline. And even the agricultural cultivation also showed the sign of collapse. Even the agricultural cultivation में भी क्या हुआ एक तरीके से loss आने लगा. Because now farmers were also not able to cultivate their land properly because they were forced to grow those things only from which the company can make profit. So company ये agriculture cultivation में भी collapse आ गया. That is loss was going on in loss. Then in 1770, terrible famine also killed 10 million people in Bengal and 1/3 population was wiped off. और इस सब condition से 1/3 population बहुत tired हो गई थी, बहुत परेशान हो गई थी, जो बाकी की बची population थी. I hope this economic crisis is understood.
Yes, ma'am.
है ना? Okay, fine. Now coming to the today's topic, that is the need to improve agriculture. Now the company decided to improve the agricultural way. Now in the economy was in ruin. If the economy was in ruins, could the company be certain of its revenue income? अब जब इकोनॉमी को ही प्रॉब्लम हो रही थी, जब वो डिक्लाइन हो रही थी या इंटीग्रेट हो रही थी, वी कैन से, या एक तरीके से डिस्ट्रॉय हो रही थी. नाउ ruin means I have given so many meanings. Disintegrate, being destroyed, clear. Then if the company was in ruins, अगर इतना loss हो रहा था, economy loss also going in loss. So if economy was going in loss, could company be certain of its revenue income? तो क्या हम बता सकते हैं कि कंपनी रेवेन्यू इनकम उसको मिलता रहेगा, उसको टैक्स मिलता रहेगा? It can't be said. Yes, most company officials began to feel that investment in the land had to be encouraged and agriculture had to be improved. Now the company officials made up their mind to invest in the land and to invest in the land property and even to encourage the agriculture and improve the agriculture means production. Clear? Now, how was this to be done? कैसे हो सकता था? After 2 decades of debate on question, the company finally introduced the permanent settlement. Now, finally, to make changes to improve the agricultural condition. Now, finally, the company had started what? Settlements.
Permanent settlement.
Settlements means few policies company had now started in agriculture production and all. So how the first settlement which was introduced by the company in the agricultural field was permanent settlement in 1793. Underline this. When was permanent settlement introduced? When was permanent settlement introduced?
1793.
1793. So by the terms of the settlement, अब क्या policies थी, क्या rules था इस permanent settlement में? The राजाज एंड तालुकदार, जो राजाज थे और जो तालुकदार थे, that means the जमींदार and all were reorganized as जमींदार. उनको एक तरीके से जो leaders थे, जो local rulers थे और राजाज थे, उनको reorganize किया गया जमींदार के रूप में. That means they were now termed as zamindars, because now they were taking care of the land. Clear? Then second thing, you can underline this. Permanent settlement was made in 1793. Then according to the terms of permanent settlement, the rajas and talukdars were recognized as zamindars. This is the permanent settlement. Then third, they were asked to collect rent from the peasants and pay revenue to the company. अब जमींदार बना दिया गया इनको, राजास को and local rulers को, and then they were asked to pay the revenue to the company. They had to collect, now these zamindars had to collect the revenue, the tax from their land and from the farmers, and then they had to pay the revenue to the company. Company को इसका revenue देना पड़ता था. The amount to be paid was fixed permanently. The next thing was that the amount to be paid, जितना भी amount जो जमींदार collect करते थे revenue की, चाहे वो कितना ही collect करें, but it was fixed. That means the quantity of revenue which was to be submitted to the company was permanently fixed. उतना तो उनको पे करना ही है जमींदार को, कंपनी को. That is, it was not to be increased in the future. Future में वो increase नहीं कर सकते हैं, कंपनी increase नहीं कर सकती है वो revenue, और जमींदार को उतना कलेक्शन करीब उतना कलेक्शन करके तो कंपनी को देना ही है. It was felt that this would ensure a regular flow of revenue into the company's coffers. और इससे क्या श्योरिटी मिल जाती है? इससे ये श्योरिटी मिल जाती है कि एक तरीके से रेगुलर फ्लो होने लगेगा ऑफ रेवेन्यू, पैसा बढ़ने लगेगा कंपनी के कॉफर्स में. Now what is company coffers? You can write down the meaning of coffers over here. Company's coffers, you can put a line here and you can write down over here. It is a small chest, chest, chest. Chest in bracket, you can also write down box. It is a small box for holding valuable things or money. A small box to hold valuable things or money. खजाना रखने के लिए एक तरीके से हम बोलते हैं ना. So now it was felt that this would ensure a regular flow of revenue into the company's coffers. अब इससे कंपनी को क्या surety मिल गई? That now the financially they will be supported through this revenue, and continue flow of revenue, that is tax, will be collected by the people and it will be collected in the company's coffers. That is company का जो holding है, box है, उसमें ये इकट्ठा होता रहेगा. And at the same time encourage the zamindars to invest in improving the land. And the other thing was also that the zamindars means the local rulers or rajas who were made the zamindars of the land, they had to invest in improving the land. उनको land को, agricultural land को improve करने का means तरीके लगाने होंगे नए. Clear? So that they can increase the revenue, or we can say that they can improve the quality of production of the land. Since the revenue demand of the state would not be increased, the zamindars would benefit from the increased production of the land. Now what happened here? The revenue demand of the state, that whatever revenue the state, that is the company, had demanded, they that was permanently fixed. ज्यादा नहीं पे करना पड़ता था, जितना कंपनी ने बोल दिया उतना ही उनको कंटिन्यू उतना ही उनको पे करना पड़ता था कंपनी को, जमींदार देते थे कंपनी को. बट नाउ द बेनिफिट वाज देयर फॉर द जमींदार्स. अब जमींदार क्या इम्प्रूव एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोडक्शन करके उन्होंने ज्यादा से ज्यादा प्रॉफिट गेन करना शुरू कर दिया. और जब ज्यादा गेन होने लगा, प्रॉफिट गेन होने लगा, तो वो क्या हो गया, प्रोडक्शन में किसके हाथ में रहने लगा प्रॉफिट? जमींदार के हाथ में. क्लियर? बिकॉज जमींदार को तो पर्टिकुलर अमाउंट जो था वो फिक्स था, उतना तो देना ही था. उसके अलावा जो
उन्होंने अपना टैक्स बढ़ा लिया कंपनी ने
टैक्स नहीं
अपना-
बढ़ाया बेटा. कंपनी का तो टैक्स उतना ही था. कंपनी को तो जमींदार को अपने लैंड में से फार्मर्स के द्वारा कलेक्ट करके कंपनी को तो उतना ही पेमेंट मिल रहा था. बट अब जमींदार ने क्या करा कि कंपनी को जो देते थे वो तो ठीक ही है, बट अपना लैंड प्रोटेक्शन बढ़ाया और उसमें अपना प्रॉफिट बढ़ाया. प्लस अब वो जमींदार जो है वो ज्यादा कलेक्शन करने लग गए और जो भी लैंड में से जो उनको प्रॉफिट गेन होता था वो अपने पास रखने लग गए. कंपनी ने नहीं बढ़ाया, कंपनी को तो उतना ही देते थे, बट जो एक्स्ट्रा प्रॉफिट होता था, जो गेन होता था, वो जमींदार अपने पास रखते थे. क्लियर? सो सिंस द रेवेन्यू डिमांड ऑफ द स्टेट वुड नॉट बी इंक्रीज, वो नहीं इंक्रीज हुआ परमानेंटली, एज द नेम इंडिकेट्स परमानेंट सेटलमेंट. परमानेंट सेटलमेंट मीन्स इट वाज फिक्स्ड, परमानेंट, that the zamindars had to pay the fixed amount of revenue to the state. उतना तो देना ही है. इट विल नॉट बी इंक्रीज इन द फ्यूचर. कभी भी कुछ भी हो जाए, फ्यूचर में इंक्रीज नहीं होगा वो रेवेन्यू. क्लियर? तो दैट इज कॉल्ड एज परमानेंट सेटलमेंट. बट जब प्रोडक्शन इंक्रीज हुआ और कुछ फायदा हुआ, तो फायदा अब कंपनी तो नहीं ले रही थी, कौन ले रहा था? जमींदार. क्लियर? दिस परमानेंट सेटलमेंट.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now here the figure 3 is shown. Charles Cornwallis. Now here Cornwallis was the Governor General of India when the permanent settlement was introduced. Underline this. Who was the Governor General of India when permanent settlement was introduced? Who was the Governor General of
Charles-
India? Charles
Charles
Cornwallis.
Cornwallis.
Clear? Now the problem, the permanent settlement however created problems. Now this permanent settlement, though many benefits were there, that regular supply of revenue was there for the company coffer, and the zamindars were also making benefit, and even the peasants were not forced to pay more to the company. Then now the problem was still there in this settlement. Company officials soon discovered that the zamindars were in fact not investing in the improvement of land. अब कंपनी ऑफिशियल्स को जल्दी ही पता चल गया, डिस्कवर्ड भी जल्दी ही पता चल गया कि जमींदार ज्यादा इन्वेस्ट नहीं कर रहे हैं किसमें, टू इम्प्रूव द लैंड. लैंड को इम्प्रूव करने के लिए ज्यादा पेन नहीं ले रहे हैं जमींदार. द रेवेन्यू दैट हैड बीन फिक्स्ड वाज सो हाई दैट द जमींदार्स फाउंड इट डिफिकल्ट टू पे. अब जब रेवेन्यू पहले से ही इतना बड़ा हुआ था, दैट हैज बीन फिक्स्ड सो हाई, जो फिक्स परमानेंट रेवेन्यू जो जमींदार को पेमेंट करना पड़ता था कंपनी को, वो पहले से ही क्या था, बहुत हाई था. दैट द जमींदार फाउंड इट डिफिकल्ट टू पे, कि जमींदार को पे करना बहुत मुश्किल हो रहा था. क्लियर? एंड दैट इज द रीजन दैट दे वर नॉट इन्वेस्टिंग इन द इम्प्रूवमेंट ऑफ द लैंड, क्योंकि लैंड इम्प्रूवमेंट करेंगे तो इतना हाई रेवेन्यू पे करना है उनको कि सारा कुछ जो प्रॉफिट है वो कंपनी को ही देना पड़ेगा. एनीवन हु फेल्ड टू पे रेवेन्यू लॉस्ट हिज जमींदारी. एंड अनदर प्रॉब्लम वाज देयर दैट any जमींदार हु फेल्ड टू पे द रेवेन्यू अगर वो किसी तरीके से कंपनी को नहीं देता था, दैट मीन्स ही वाज टेकन आउट ऑफ द पोस्ट ऑफ जमींदारी पोस्ट से उसको हटा दिया जाता था. So what was the first problem? First problem was that the company official soon discovered about that the zamindars were not investing in the improvement of land.
Land.
Second problem of this permanent settlement, the land
That the revenue was very high.
very high. So the revenue which was fixed was so high that the zamindars could find out difficulty to pay. Then the third problem, anyone who failed,
Fail to pay revenue lost is zamindari.
yes, the person, the zamidar who failed to pay the revenue to the company's coffers, that means his zamindari rights were taken away by the company. Numerous zamindars were sold off there at auction organized by the company. अब कंपनी के द्वारा auction means पब्लिक सेल होता है ना, पब्लिकली सेल होती है किसी चीज की, in which goods and property are sold at the highest prices to the highest
Yes,
payer.
ma'am.
वो क्या बोलते हैं उसको, बोली लगाई जाती है कोई सामान बेचने के लिए और लोग बैठ जाते हैं, और जो सबसे हाईएस्ट पेयर होता है, जो सबसे ज्यादा उस सामान की प्राइस लगाता है, उसी को वो सामान दिया जाता है, गुड्स दिया जाता है. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज ऑक्शन. सो इन इंग्लिश वी कैन से अ पब्लिक सेल इन विच ऑक्शन इज अ पब्लिक सेल in which goods and property are sold to the highest payer. P-A-Y-E-R. Nilami. Very good. The correct word is nilami. Who has given this word?
Garima.
Very good, Garima. Okay. So numerous जमींदारीज, जितनी भी ये जो पेमेंट नहीं कर पा रहे थे जमींदार अब रेवेन्यू कंपनी को, तो उनकी जो जमींदारी है, उनकी जो लैंड है, वो क्या किया जा रहा था, उसका ऑक्शन किया जा रहा था, उसकी नीलामी की जा रही थी. और वो नीलामी किसके द्वारा ऑर्गेनाइज की गई थी? कंपनी के द्वारा. सो ऑल दीज वर द प्रॉब्लम्स रिलेटेड टू परमानेंट सेटलमेंट. क्लियर दिस? Now, by the first decade of the 19th century, 19th century के first decade में क्या हुआ? What is a decade? What is a decade? A period
First
of,
half. First half.
a period of 10 years. A period of 10 years. 10 साल एक साथ अगर हम काउंट करेंगे तो we can say a decade had passed. 10 साल. तो we can say a period of 10 years is called a decade. A period of 10 years. So by the first 10 years of the 19th century, पहले 10 साल जो हैं 19th century के, the situation changed. Now the situation changed. The prices in the market rose and cultivation slowly expanded. Now the prices in the market rose. हर सामान का प्राइस बढ़ गया और कल्टीवेशन एक्सपेंड हो गया, एग्रीकल्चरल कल्टीवेशन प्रॉस्परस होने लगा. This meant that increase in the income of zamindars, but no gain for the company. अब जैसे जैसे प्रोडक्शन इंक्रीज हुआ एग्रीकल्चर में, तो इनकम किसकी इंक्रीज हुई? जमींदार्स की. But there was no gain for the company since it could not increase the revenue demand that had been fixed permanently. अब first 10 years में 19th century के situation change हुई, कल्टीवेशन एक्सपेंड हुआ और इंक्रीज हुआ क्या? प्रोडक्शन में. और उस इंक्रीज ऑफ प्रोडक्शन में क्या हुआ? बेनिफिट किसको हुआ? जमींदार्स को. बिकॉज now company did not could not increase the revenue demands that was fixed permanently fix किया गया था रेवेन्यू पेमेंट, इसीलिए कंपनी इंक्रीज नहीं कर पा रही थी, और जो भी फायदा हो रहा था वो कौन ले रहा था? जमींदार. Even then the zamindars did not have an interest in improving the land. फिर भी जमींदार को उनको फायदा हो रहा था, but then also they were not having any interest in improving the land. Some had lost their lands in the earlier years of the settlement. कुछ ने तो अपनी land गंवा दी थी. They had lost their land in the first year, earlier years of the settlement. Means जैसे ही settlement शुरू हुआ था, and when they were not able to pay to the company, they had lost their land. Others now saw the possibility of earning without trouble. थोड़े बहुत जो थे उनको अब possibility लगी कि now they can earn without any problem or risk of investment. As long as zamindars could give out the land to tenants and get rent, they could not interested in improving the land. अब जब तक कि जमींदार खुद तो इंटरेस्ट नहीं दिखा रहे थे लैंड इंप्रूव करने के लिए, अब लैंड कैसे इंप्रूव कर सकते थे कि जमींदार कुड गिव आउट द लैंड टू टेनेंट्स। अब एक ही काम हो सकता था कि जमींदार लैंड अपनी किसको दे दें, टेनेंट्स को। टेनेंट्स कौन थे? यू कैन राइट डाउन हियर हु आर टेनेंट्स। फार्मर्स हु वर्क ऑन अनदर लैंड, मीन्स किराए पर फार्मर्स ला करके उनसे काम करवाना। अब उनसे काम करवाएंगे तो डेफिनेटली वो काम करेंगे जमींदार के कहने पे, then it will be helpful for the increase in the production. तो जमींदार खुद पेन नहीं ले रहे थे, they were giving the task to the tenants for the investment, or sorry, for the improving the land. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
And only the thing was that जमींदार was investing. Investment means investment कर रहे थे किसका? The use of money in order to gain profit. Profit gain करने के लिए वो सिर्फ एक इन्वेस्टमेंट कर रहे थे अपनी लैंड का, फार्मर्स को दे रहे थे किराए पे, फार्मर्स को दे रहे थे कि लैंड को वो कल्टीवेट करें अच्छे से. So this was the condition. Now on the other hand, in the villages the cultivators found the system extremely oppressive. हम दूसरे पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से देखें तो जो विलेजेस में थे वो कल्टीवेटर्स फाउंड द सिस्टम एक्सट्रीमली ऑप्रेसिव. ऑप्रेसिव मींस वेरी क्रूअल, वेरी हार्श. जो कल्टीवेटर्स थे, अब कौन कल्टीवेटर्स थे? आई हैड ऑलरेडी मेड इट क्लियर. यहाँ पर जो फार्मर्स थे जो लैंड पर लाए गए थे जमींदार के द्वारा किराए पे लाए थे कि वो लैंड को अच्छे से प्रोडक्शन करे. So now the cultivators, they were the cultivators only. They found the system extremely oppressive. बहुत ही harsh माना इन्होंने ये system, cruel माना. The rent he paid to zamindar was high and his rights on the land was insecure. अब वो जो काम कर रहे थे जिस लैंड पे farmers, वो एक तरीके से उनकी खुद की लैंड तो नहीं थी. They were given the task to cultivate that land. So when they were given the task to cultivate that land, then those farmers, those cultivators were asked higher land revenue from the zamindars. जमींदार से बहुत ज्यादा पैसा इकट्ठा करने मांग रहे, जमींदार इकट्ठा कर रहे थे उनसे पैसा, which they were not able to pay. These cultivators, these farmers, जो भी थे farmers, ये नहीं पेमेंट कर पा रहे थे. इवन इनकी जो सिक्योरिटी नहीं थी कि वो आज अगर जमींदार ने उनको लैंड पे काम करने के लिए बोला, मान लो नहीं सेटिस्फाई हुआ तो वो कल उनको निकाल भी सकते हैं काम से. सो इट वाज इनसिक्योरिटी इन द वर्क आल्सो. टू पे द रेंट ही हैड टू ऑफन टेक द लोन फ्रॉम द मनी लेंडर. कभी कभी तो इन कल्टीवेटर्स को रेंट पे करने के लिए लोन भी लेना पड़ता था. किससे? मनी लेंडर्स से. क्लियर? जो पैसा देते थे उनसे उनको पैसा भी लेकर के और फिर जमींदार को रेंट देना पड़ता था. एंड व्हेन ही फेल्ड टू पे द रेंट ही वाज एविक्टेड फ्रॉम द लैंड. और जब कभी भी वो फेल हो जाता था अपना रेवेन्यू प्रॉपर पेमेंट करने के लिए, देन ही वाज एविक्टेड. राइट डाउन द मीनिंग ऑफ एविक्टेड. टू फोर्स समथिंग टू मूव आउट. फोर्सफुली ही वाज आस्क्ड टू मूव आउट ऑफ द लैंड. लैंड से जबरदस्ती उसको निकाल दिया जाता था. एंड ही हैड कल्टिवेटेड फॉर जनरेशन, जो कि वो जनरेशन से पहले उनके फोर फादर्स उस लैंड पे काम करते थे, फिर फादर, फिर सन, तो जनरेशन से वो काम करते आ रहे हैं. उस लैंड को उनको खाली करके जाने को फोर्सफुली कहा जाता था जमींदार के द्वारा, बिकॉज नाउ दे वर नॉट एबल टू पे रेंट प्रॉपरली टू द जमींदार. आई होप क्लियर, इट इज क्लियर. Okay, now what is महल? महल in British is revenue records. महल is a revenue estate. British revenue records के according क्या है महल? It is a revenue estate which may be a village or a group of village. एक village हो सकता है, एक गांव हो सकता है, या group of villages, पूरा एक group हो सकता है villages का, जो कि महल के अंडर आता है. Clear? A new system is devised. Now a new system after permanent settlement. This is the new system which is devised, which is given to the given by the company. By the early 19th century, many of the company officials were convinced that the system of revenue had to be changed again. अब जब कंपनी देख रही थी कि जमींदार पेन नहीं ले रहे हैं, कंपनी को फायदा नहीं हो रहा है प्रॉफिट होकर भी, देन नाउ द कंपनी वांटेड टू अगेन ब्रिंग द चेंज इन द रेवेन्यू कलेक्शन. हाउ कुड रेवेन्यू बी फिक्स्ड? अब वो उन्होंने ये पॉलिसी अपनाई, नाउ टू फिक्स द रेवेन्यू. पहले तो परमानेंटली फिक्स नहीं था, नाउ दे वांटेड टू फिक्स द रेवेन्यू परमानेंटली at the time when the company needed more money to meet its expenses for administration and trade. अब जब कंपनी को अपने एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के लिए, प्रॉपर एडमिनिस्ट्रेट कंट्री को चलाने के लिए, अपने बिजनेस के लिए जब पैसे की जरूरत हुई, now the company felt that he had to fix the revenues permanently. So this was the second system which was devised by the company. In the northwestern provinces of Bengal presidency, Bengal presidencies के northwestern part में, that is most of this area is now in उत्तर प्रदेश. ये
उत्तर
नॉर्थ
प्रदेश.
वेस्टर्न पार्ट कहाँ पर है? ज्यादातर उत्तर प्रदेश एरिया में. An Englishman called Holt Mackenzie devised a new system which came into effect in 1822. Underline this: a new system of revenue collection came into effect in 1822 by Holt Mackenzie. He was an Englishman. He felt that the village was an important social institution. उनको Holt Mackenzie को क्या लगा कि the village was an important social institution in North Indian society and needed to be preserved. और इसको प्रोटेक्ट करना बहुत जरूरी है, villages को प्रोटेक्ट करना बहुत ही जरूरी है, according to Holt Mackenzie. Under his direction, collectors went from village to village, inspecting the land, measuring the fields, recording the customs and rights of the different groups. Now, उसने डायरेक्ट किया किसको? स्पेशल लोगों को ऑर्गेनाइज किया, अपॉइंटमेंट दिया टू हैव प्रॉपर इंस्पेक्शन ऑफ द लैंड. किस टाइप की लैंड है, how much field it is, and to record each and every custom and right of the different groups of people, the farmers, the zamindars, and the rights over the particular land. किसका कितनी जमीन पर कितना अधिकार है, कितनी बड़ी लैंड है. So proper investigation was done under the direction of whom? Holt Mackenzie.
Holt.
Clear? So the estimate revenue of each plot within the village was added up to calculate the revenue that each village or mahal had to pay. कितना पूरा estimated calculation हुआ वैल्यू का और कितना कलेक्शन होगा हर विलेज से, वो डिसीजन लिया गया कि हर विलेज से कितना पेमेंट लिया जाएगा. Now this demand was to be revised periodically. अब इसको रिवाइज किया गया periodically. It was not permanently fixed. अब ये जो रेवेन्यू कलेक्शन है ये परमानेंटली फिक्स नहीं था, टाइम टू टाइम इट कैन बी चेंज. Now the charge of collecting the revenue and paying it to the